Amanda is afraid of the dark, but her dad loves the night and shows her all the wonderful things that there are to see. The stars especially intrigue them both. When Amanda's dad has to go away, he tells her how looking at the same stars can help them feel close. So even though Amanda misses her dad terribly, she has a special way of keeping him in her heart. This book is tailor-made for any child who has spent time away from a parent. Stars Above Us, written by Geoffrey Norman, illustrated by E.B. Lewis. This book is dedicated to our moms and dads who protect us from the dark places. Amanda's father had read her a story. He had tucked her in and given her a kiss. He was about to turn out the light when Amanda said, "I don't want to go to sleep." "Why not?" Daddy asked. I'm afraid of the dark." Daddy reached down and hugged her, and then picked her up in his arms. He felt big and strong. "The dark?" Daddy said. "That's nothing to be afraid of." But scary things live in the dark." "No, wonderful, fun things live in the dark. Let's go look for some." When they were outside, Daddy said, "Look all around you and tell me what you see." "Fireflies," said Amanda. There were a lot of them, blinking in the air like tiny lanterns, off and on, glowing yellow spots in the dark. "Are they scary?" "No," Amanda said. "They're not scary. They're fun." Then Daddy pointed to some stars and told her they were called the Big Dipper, and he showed her how they pointed to another star, one that looked especially big and bright. "That's the North Star, and it's always in the same place in the sky," her dad said. "It's a special star." Amanda looked all around the sky at all of the stars, so many of them. Some of them were twinkling, just like the fireflies. "Stars are beautiful," said Amanda. Amanda and Daddy watched the fireflies and the stars and listened to the crickets. "Are the crickets scary?" asked Daddy. "No, they sound nice." "It's night's music." And then it was time to go back inside. "But my room is still dark and scary," Amanda said. "It doesn't have stars and fireflies." "We'll fix that," Daddy told her. The next day, Daddy came home carrying a bag. He said it was a bag full of stars, beautiful stars for Amanda. "That's just paper and paste and paint and stuff. There aren't any stars in there," Amanda said when she looked in the bag. "Not yet," Daddy said. Amanda and her mom and dad drew stars on the paper and cut them out. Soon there were lots of paper stars in the middle of the table. "Now let's go paint with this," Daddy said. It was a special paint that would glow in the dark, he explained. "Then we will paste them on your ceiling," said Daddy. Amanda couldn't wait for it to get dark. At bedtime, Daddy turned off the light and said, "What do you think?" Amanda looked at the ceiling and said, "It's just like being outside and looking up into the sky." "And is it scary?" "No, it isn't. I love it." "See that star?" Daddy said, and he pointed to the biggest one. "That's the North Star, like the one we saw together outside. You can see it from anywhere in the world. When I am away, you can look at it and think of me. It will be our star." "Will you be gone a long time?" Amanda asked. "Yes. When I get home, you'll be so much bigger, and you can tell me about everything that happened while I was away." Amanda hugged her dad. She already missed him. On the last day before he went away, Amanda's daddy said, "I have another surprise for you." "What is it?" "Close your eyes." Amanda did, and when she opened them, her daddy was holding a puppy. "I love him," Amanda said. "What's his name?" "I thought we'd call him Bear. That's another name for the Big Dipper, the stars I showed you." Every night after her daddy went away, Amanda would look at the Big Dipper and the North Star and think of him. "That's our star, Bear," she would say. "Yours, mine, and Daddy's." "Amanda," her mother said one day, "guess who's calling?" When Amanda picked up the phone, her dad said, "How's my girl?" She was so excited she almost couldn't talk. "Are you coming home today?" Amanda said. "Not today," Daddy said. "Soon, though. And you know what?" "What?" "It's night where I am, on the other side of the world, and I'm looking up at our star and thinking about you." "I want you to come home," Amanda said. "I will soon," said Daddy, "and I want you to do something for me." "What?" "When you go to bed tonight, look up at our star and make a wish. Make a wish for me to come home soon." "I will." Amanda and her mom sat on the bed. They sat very close so Amanda could comb her mother's hair. "Are you scared for Daddy?" Amanda said. "Yes, sweetie," Mommy said. "He's so far away." "Is it dangerous where he is?" "Yes, it is. Your dad is a brave man." One day, when they were on a walk with Bear, Amanda's mom said, "Daddy is going to be so surprised when he sees how big Bear has gotten, and you, too." "I know," Amanda said, "and I want to have another surprise ready for him." "What kind of surprise?" Amanda told her. "That's wonderful," Mommy said. "I'll help you." The day finally came. Amanda and her mother drove to the airport to meet her dad. She was so happy when she saw him with the other soldiers. Daddy hugged them both and then picked Amanda up and said, "See, you must have wished on our star, because here I am, home." "I did wish," Amanda said, "every night, and guess what?" "What?" "I have a surprise for you when we get home." That night they all had dinner together. It had been a long, long time since they had done this. "I'm so glad to be home," Daddy said. "But where is my surprise?" "I'll show you," Amanda said. "But first you have to close your eyes." When her dad had closed his eyes, Amanda held his hand and led the way upstairs and into her room. She turned out the lights, then said, "Okay, now open your eyes." Her dad opened his eyes and saw that there were more stars on the ceiling and a moon and comets too. Amanda and her mom had made them. They had made fireflies too, out of yarn they painted with special paint. They hung them from the ceiling with pieces of thread. The room was full of glowing, happy things, just like outside. "It's beautiful," Daddy said. "What a great surprise." Later that night, Amanda woke up. It was still dark. The crickets were still singing, and the stars and the moon and the comets glowed on the ceiling. She looked at them, and then out at the real sky, and at the special star. "Thank you," she said to the North Star. Then she went back to sleep. Her dad was home. Hello, friends. What a great story. If you have a parent or a relative away in the armed services, first of all, let us say thank you for their service. I hope you enjoyed our story, and to remember that the same stars that you look up at night are the same stars they look up at, no matter how far away they are from home. If you like this book, please click like and share it with all your friends. And don't forget, subscribe to my channel, Storytime with Lorelei. I have lots of other books for you to come take a look at. Bye for now.